Warning, the following video is intended for an audience over the age of 13 years old. This is to comply with the FTC and the Children's Online Privacy Act. The content is intended and geared towards an older audience. If you are under the age of 13, then please click off of the video, as this channel and video isn't intended for you. Now, enjoy the video.
Every day when you're walking down the street.
Don't you put it in your mouth.
Hey guys, Brad here. Good to be back again. It's been a lot of months since I made a video. Yes, I'm still alive, and yes, we are going to be making videos on this channel still. I am very excited to get back into it, and what better way to get back into it than by starting a brand new series called What Was. Essentially, What Was is just another review series. This is going to give me a kind of a different format to work with, aside from Does This Hold Up? However, do not fear, this series is not meant to replace Does This Hold Up? That will still be a series on this channel. It's just whatever show or movie I'm going to review, I'm going to decide if it's better formatted in the Does This Hold Up format or in the What Was format, and that'll be what the video will be. So, for this one, we're starting off with a semi-obscure show that aired on Cartoon Network in the mid-2000s called The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. So, let's get started. Alright, so The Life and Times of Juniper Lee is about an 11-year-old girl named Juniper Lee, voiced by Laura Jill Miller, who has to take the burden of protecting the people of Orchard Bay City from monsters and demons that only she can see. Well, her and anyone else who is a Taejwan-Z, like her grandmother. A Taejwan-Z is the chosen one, who is the human guardian of the hidden magical world, and an important ambassador, negotiator, and peacemaker between the magical worlds, chosen by the magical elders themselves. The elders empowered the Taejwan-Z with a small amount of their own immense magical energy, and in return, the Taejwan-Z acts as a guardian of those great powers, taking no more and no less than what is needed. The reason there are monsters in her town, though, is because her town acts as a hub between the monster world and the human world. However, due to a magic barrier called the Veil, humans cannot see the monsters or the magic events they cause. I figured explaining this will make understanding the show a little more easier for you people, as from the episodes I have seen so far anyways, they really don't explain this much, they just sort of reference it here and there. But I'm not that far into the show, so I can't say whether or not they explain this better. Hopefully that made sense. Anyways, let's continue this thing. Let's start with the main character, Juniper Lee herself. I like her. She can be a bit whiny and annoying sometimes, but what 11-year-old isn't? She lands jokes from time to time, makes references most kids her age wouldn't make, and is quite a badass once it comes to fighting due to having magic powers and super strength and being a Taejwan-Z. I also like her grandmother, Jasmine Lee, voiced by Amy Hill. Jasmine was a Taejwan-Z before Juniper, and is sort of like a guide for Juniper by informing her when she doesn't know anything about a certain monster and tries to put her on the right path to victory, sort of like her Mr. Miyagi somewhat.
Wax on, wax off. Breathe in through nose, out the mouth. Wax on, wax off.
That's what she said!
I feel like this is a character they can really expand on and explore with, though. Like, she seems like she is just more of a mentor type of a character, but I would like to see more of who she is and know more about her past when she was younger through flashbacks and things like that. There's just a lot of potential for strong character development here. The only other character I feel is worth mentioning is Juniper's dog Monroe, voiced by Carlos Alice Raki. I probably butchered that pronunciation. Monroe is an enchanted dog that has been around for centuries and talks with a Scottish accent. He assists the Taejwan-Z as needed and has a wide knowledge of the world of magic. I guess why I like this character is because he has some funny moments in the show and is overall a very likable character. I also like the Scottish accents though, so that is a plus side. However, when I think of a good Scottish character in a cartoon, I think of a character like Willie from The Simpsons.
You got any grease?
Yes, we do.
Then grease me up, woman!
Okie dokie.
Honestly, for the most part, I don't care a whole lot about the other characters, as I find them kind of boring and uninteresting. Like Juniper's parents and friends. They're characters that I could give a shit less about. They contribute very little to the plot of most episodes and just seem like they are there to drag the plot along. Like, one of Juniper's friends has a birthday party and invites Juniper, but Juniper's armband flashes, so now she has to leave to fight monsters, and you don't see the friend again until the end. Most other human characters in the show are like that, so a lot of them are rather pointless and boring, but they do have some some strong voice acting talent like Phil Lamar and Tara Strong, so that is a huge bonus. Now let's talk about the animation. The animation is pretty solid for the time it was released. It looks even nicer in the 1080p re-release that aired on Boomerang, which is a television network and streaming service owned by Cartoon Network that specializes in showing retro content. The design of the characters are nice and sleek, and the monsters all look pretty interesting and unique. You can tell a lot of effort went into the design of these characters, especially the monsters, and I appreciate the shit out of that. With all that said, however, I don't see enough in terms of animation to make the show stand out on its own, as it feels like a lot of other shows that were released at the time. A lot of shows Cartoon Network released in the 2000s were fast-paced, action-filled cartoons, and Juniper Lee, while it definitely follows that, there's just not enough there for the show to stand out amongst the rest of Cartoon Network's lineup. Hell, there was a show that aired on Disney around the same time that had a very similar plot to this one. Yes, American Dragon Jake Long not only ran during the same time Juniper Lee did, but it had a very similar plot as well, from both shows having an Asian protagonist, a grandparent as a mentor, an annoying young sibling, and even magical talking dogs. Now, I'm not going to go into any more detail about the comparison between these two shows because there's already a YouTuber that did a very good video on it called Cosmodor, and I highly recommend you go see his video comparing these two shows in very heavy detail. So yeah, not only was there a lot of similar feeling shows at the time, but there was a show with a super similar plot as well, and I feel that contributes to why people don't talk about this show as much anymore. With the amount of action-packed cartoons being released at the time, one was bound to blend into the bunch and become forgotten, and I could see why The Life and Time of Juniper Lee was a show to do just that. There just wasn't enough in terms of story, character development, and animation to make the show memorable or stand out in any way. With that said though, I do feel the show is rather enjoyable with likable characters, good writing, and an overall solid plot, and if it just had a little more going for it, then it would probably be talked about a lot more than it is today. I'd say it's a solid 7 out of 10 for me. I'd say give it a look either online or buying the DVD releases, or any way you can come up with, as it's a show worth watching. It's just nothing that blows me away. And yeah, there it is guys, The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. Not a bad show, I must say. I really enjoyed putting this video together. It feels really good to be back into doing this now. And also, if you are new here and you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell and like this video. Comment down below any feedback or anything like that you want to comment down below, from, you know, awesome video to you're a fat fuck. I really don't care. Comment whatever you want. You know, you are free to do what you like. We'll be back with more videos. I'm definitely not going back on another long hiatus like that. I want to start doing at least some videos here and there. It's going to be kind of when it gets done type of basis still, just because, again, life's busy. I can't really put, you know, exact dates on video releases right now. Maybe some point later on in the future if I ever get to do this full-time as a full-time job. Doubt it, but if I do, then I can, you know, schedule videos. But for now, it's just going to be kind of a when I can do it type of basis. So anyways, with that said guys, thanks for watching. We will see you later. Take care.